Hey, it's Monday night, 7 o'clock, and you know what time that is? It means it's Pickens Power Half-Hour Dragon Talk. You're watching FYNTV.com. I'm your host, BKP. We're here at Schottenkirk Ford on the southbound side of 515 here in Jasper, and they are open, so come on down. Follow us on Twitter. Don't forget, on Friday night, you can follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, hashtag Team FYN Sports. Want to say thank you to Johnny's New York Style Pizza. Johnny's New York Style Pizza for providing the meal for this bunch. We're going to call it a bunch tonight. We got a bunch. This qualifies as a bunch, but we're going to tell you who's with us tonight. We've got the Dragons head coach, Chris Parker. We also have Coach Rasco with us tonight. I have my co-host here, RJ Casey. Our guest tonight, our defensive nose tackle, Alex Pittman, running back, Chris Pittman, defensive back, Michael Casey, center, Josh Holbert, defensive tackle, Nick Southern, left tackle, Connor Head. Did you guys practice today? I mean, you brought the whole team.
Nah, we good enough.
Took off? Half day, right? Worked half day. Anyhow, we're glad to have all those guys with us. We're talking Quad A Region 6 football. The Dragons find themselves 4-4, 3-1 in the region this Friday night. They're going to be traveling all the way over to Lafayette. Seems like you can't get there from here. It takes forever. But the game time is 7:30 to take on the Lafayette Ramblers. So go out there and support the team. Let's look at the region before we get this our show started tonight. Here's how the region stacks up. Northwest Whitfield is 4-1. Pickens is 3-1. Ridgeland is 3-1. Heritage is 3-2. Southeast Whitfield is 2-2. Gilmer 0-4 and Lafayette 0-4. This past week's games, Pickens wins 35-34. Against Ridgeland in the game where the upright ding is heard all over North Georgia, but that was they took Ridgeland out 35-34. Northwest Whitfield beat Gilmer 27-14. Heritage over Lafayette 47-21. Coach, let me ask you a question. You ready?
No, yeah, I'm ready.
Are you? Yeah, you serious?
That's why I brought all these people.
First of all, congratulations. I watched the game. I enjoyed watching this team play football. I always say nothing more dangerous than a team that thinks they can win, and you guys right from the kickoff knew that you could play these guys, so I'm really proud of that. Why go conservative so early? You had 3 touchdowns. I know that, but it seemed like you went into clock management, a little conservative early, and they were able to get back into the game in that fourth quarter.
No, not necessarily. We've called about the same plays. We got a couple first downs, every one of them drives, and they just stopped us. And we had about a 3-play drive where they scored, and then we had a bad punt, and they had a short field, and we had another one. But I mean, I thought I was relatively pleased with that effort. I mean, it was one of them deals where we definitely got fortunate a few times. The ball bounced our way, and it was probably about time that happened because several other games the ball hadn't bounced our way. But you got to look at the game as one long entity. Like, some of the stuff was working. We scored. I believe we scored on them. We kicked off. They fumbled a play or two later, and we threw a double pass for a touchdown. So we scored twice on back-to-back plays. Then later in the game, we scored on a long pass. We kicked off, and they fumbled that kickoff, and we went down and scored. So we really struggled at different parts of the game on offense. We really did. But we got 35 points up there by kind of jumping on them on a couple of chances we had. And that's how you got to beat a good team like that. Ridgeland is one of the best teams in the state. You know, what happened Friday doesn't change that. And so it took a lot of things going our way. And over the course of the whole game, the most points they'd given up, or the most points they scored all year was like between 44 and 48 every game or something. So if you'd said we hold them to 34, we've been happy with that, you know.
I agree.
It was different, you know. I mean, it was just that some of them points came later than we wanted them to. But I didn't really feel like anything was different in the game. I just felt like they knew they were an undefeated team. They're ranked in the state. They knew they had to go, and they had some good athletes, and they did make a few plays on us to get themselves back in the game. But, you know, I've been on the other end of that too. It doesn't matter. If you got more points than the other team, you did good. And if you didn't, you did poorly. So
we always say scoreboard doesn't lie, right? You know. Guys, everybody's a senior here tonight. We got all seniors. Okay. Let me ask you this question, all right? Because early on, some of you have been on the show, and all of you jump in anywhere you want, okay? But some of you have already been on this year, and I asked early on before you started into region play, because you actually went into region play 1-3. You already had 3 losses, right? 1 win. But the teams you were playing in non-region were very competitive teams, and I asked all of you at different times if that was helpful in getting ready for the region. How can you say now, can you say, hey, we see at the beginning of the year all the work we did with the non-region teams really paid off the other night? Talk about that. Just jump in and enjoy having the conversation.
Well, I think that the teams we played, they were better than teams maybe other people in our region have played in the preseason games, and I think that helped us because how hard they were, that made us realize what we needed to do to get better. And then if you'd have told me that we had to lose those games to do better in the region, just because the teams were harder, you know, and but we competed with them. So
right.
I think overall that it helped us more than it hurt us. So
anybody else? Okay, moving right along. Okay, come on.
You know what, though? I will tell you this, though. I think the game, because, you know, we came up here last week, and we didn't have this many people, but we talking about Ridgeland and how good they were.
Right.
And they were. That, you know, for us to even be in the game with them, a lot of things had to go our way. We had to do. So I know the game kind of gets distorted a little bit because we jumped on them and got up a little bit, and then they came back and missed an extra point. But the reality is, if we not been in some of them games early in the year where we literally came down to the last play 3 times and lost, I don't think we'd have had the mental toughness to hang in there and finish the
We
game.
talked about that early in the season, and I've been waiting all day to get together because early in the season, when you were coming here and it was non-region and it was a loss, you guys were always one play, and that changes the game. And we talked about non-region competitive play getting you to where you wanted to be. Let me ask you guys another question. Jump in, all right? Come on, just say what you want to say. Ridgeland, you know who you're going to play. I mean, you guys know you're going to play Ridgeland. You know the explosive offense and defense this team has. Talk about how that felt to win that game, but also talk about through that game. When did you say, you know what, we could beat these guys? I mean, maybe right from the beginning, but where in that game did you look up and say, whoa, we can do this, we can finish it off? Talk about that game.
I seen that we win the game whenever, like Coach said, like we got up on them, and that actually like boosted all of our confidence. Like you could just tell, like on the sideline, the way people were acting. Like if we were down, it wouldn't have been the same. And it's just that's how the game goes.
Well, you got the energy up, and you looked up and say, we're playing these guys. I got another question on that. I got another question on that. A lot of times in a game, it's 35-34. You get late in the game, and the mistakes you made early in the game comes back to haunt you. You guys didn't make those mistakes Friday night. That was a solid performance. I mean, usually it's not uncommon that late in the game, that bad snap that resulted in a safety or giving up a field position because of
an extra point,
anything like that can put you in a position where, like at the end of the game, you're like, wow, that hurt us. So you guys played a solid game. Talk a little bit about how you guys are coming together out there on the field, because you have to be coming together, playing as a team. Some of the talk in that huddle.
I think it's more like depending on like now, like we're starting to realize since we're seniors, this is our last year, and we really want to do something this year and like make history, make the 12th game, and that's what we've been working through the whole summer. Every day of practice we go through, and to beat Ridgeland, we had to do our job like every play of the game to make that game work.
Well, not to put you on the spot, but that's just the kind of guy I am. Okay, how many of you, when he was getting ready to kick that extra point, was saying a prayer?
I was.
You got it right? Yeah. How many? Okay. What about you, Coach Rasco? It's time to get you in here. I think I was standing next to you, so.
Yeah, you can't say the things that I was saying.
Don't know something, I wasn't even looking. And I wasn't. You know what? But I wasn't, because I think there was about 2.5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And I just figured we were going to go down there and score and beat them.
Regardless of what happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying we would have. I don't
Right.
know. But my attitude really was, they make this extra point, we'll get the ball.
You got it. Right.
And then
Your
I
team's
actually
playing
turned
well.
around. I actually turned around and saw the guy hit the upright.
No, you didn't.
Well, that's
Coach.
even
You
better.
heard it.
That's
You
even
didn't see
better.
it.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Yeah. And like I said, I really did. I mean, I do understand how that feels to be on Ridgeland's side of that, because we have been on that same side a couple times this year. But for our guys, I hope they felt all week like they had a chance. And we had to have the ball bounce our way a little bit. We didn't lie to the guys. We told them that all week. We can beat these guys, but it's going to have to, some things will have to go our way. We got 3 or 4 touchdowns on offense that were kind of, plays we thought would work on them that did. And, defensively we hang in there long enough to, limit them to only a few huge plays. Mm-hmm. And that's what you had to do. So, I was proud of the guys, but you got to win next week now.
We're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to get my co-host, RJ Casey, is going to get some questions out. And I understand Coach Rasco might have a question for you. He said he might. We don't know. We'll be back right after this. FYNTV.com, Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk at Schottenkirk Ford. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back.
I'm Sheriff Dane Kirby, and I'll stand up for you.
I'm Stacy Nicholson, Sheriff of Gilmer County, and I will stand up for you.
Stand up and speak out. No matter how rich, cool, talented you believe yourself to be, how you treat people ultimately tells all. I am Allison Sosby, District Attorney, and I'll stand up for you.
El Rey and Ellijay.
El Rey Mexican Restaurant.
Family owned and operated, and a local favorite for families, parties, and meetings.
Great prices.
Friendly service and delicious Mexican cuisine.
Patio dining available.
Come sing in Carlos's Cantina every Friday 9 to 1.
Eat in or take away.
Same location for 14 years. Open 7 days at the corner of Maddox Drive and 515. North Georgia's favorite Mexican cuisine. El Rey and Ellijay.
Pizza Hut makes great pizza, but they can't tell you what a gift it is. I can. They took a grilled cheese and combined it with stuffed crust pizza. To think, I almost wasn't here to try it.
How did you?
It's not important, Jan. What's important is that I watched the sunrise this morning. Then I got to stand in a room filled with this pizza. And later I'll stare at the ocean. Or maybe I'll learn Russian. Or listen to jazz. Or try my hand at needlework. Or open a door for a beautiful woman. Or read a human interest story, or make dessert wine. Or ride a wild horse. Or experiment with watercolors. Eat every slice like it's your last. Especially you, Doug. Especially Doug, right? You care about Doug. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one outpieces the Hut.
And we're back. You're watching Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk with head coach Chris Parker and my co-host here, RJ Casey. We're at Schottenkirk Ford, and we want to thank Pepsi for providing drinks and also Johnny's New York Style Pizza. Region Quad A, Region 6. What a region. Let me just run this by you out there. We went over where everything stands earlier. Northwest Whitfield was over Pickens Dragons. The Pickens Dragons are over Ridgeland Panthers. The Ridgeland Panthers over Northwest Whitfield. Coach?
That's called a three-way tie.
Yep.
Is that you guys circled up? Circled up there at the top.
But I mean, we would have to win our last couple games, and all of those teams would have to win their last couple games for it to be an issue. But we would love for it to be an issue where we had a tie. But all of us have beaten each other and not lost to another region team. So that could create some differences in the playoffs and who, gets seeding and things like that. But right now, we try to tell our guys all week, first round of playoffs is basically at Lafayette. Next round's of Heritage. Like, we got to keep winning, or it really doesn't matter that we were able to pull that upset Friday night, So, I'm excited to see what the guys do moving forward. But it is nice to be in the conversation with those teams, especially how we started. And, knowing it was going to be tough to come back. Start 1-3, now have a chance to be region champs. That's kind of cool.
Teams playing well. RJ, get the guys involved. What you got for them tonight?
You guys coming off the original win, you got to go to Lafayette this Friday. What have you seen? Because we've got 2 defensive linemen, we've got 2 offensive linemen, got the running back and the defensive back. From y'all's perspective, what have you seen from Lafayette this week?
Lafayette's offense is basically the same thing as Ridgeland's. They run a bunch of basically the same plays, but all we got to do is our same job and still come out.
Staying in that. Go ahead. No, you go ahead, Derek.
I would say their defensive line is they're not anything better that we've seen all year. They're big, but nothing to be worried about.
I don't think Lafayette's got as much speed on either side of their ball than Ridgeland does. So I think that'll help us out a lot more.
Well, nor do we. Nor does anybody else.
They might be.
That wasn't an insult to Lafayette as much as a compliment to Ridgeland.
They may be 0-4, but I always say on any given Friday night. So it doesn't matter who you go on the field to play. You have to play them, right, Coach?
Yeah, Lafayette actually much improved.
Yes.
Last year they struggled. This year every game's they're tight. They're hanging in there. The ball hadn't gone. The games hadn't gone their way in the region. But to me, kind of looked like a dangerous team. Us coming off a big win. Bad team would go up there and not play well and struggle. They got nothing to lose. We got everything to lose. Be interesting to see, but I'll be surprised if Lafayette plays tough.
Coach, I had to put my glasses on 3 times to check this one, but I'm looking at 252 yards in the air.
Yeah, baby, airing it out.
Yeah. And I had to put my glasses on twice to see that. Jacob Brumby, 22 attempts, 13 for 22, 176 yards, 2 TDs. Congratulations, Jacob. And C.J. Stryker, 2 for 2 for 76 yards and 1 touchdown. Getting 3 touchdowns through the air and being able to balance that out. Chris Pittman, 97 yards right at the 100-yard mark. How's that feel, Coach? Being able to balance that out, being able to stretch that defense out, knowing you can get the ball in the air, in the end zone, and have these guys that are getting it on the ground.
Yeah, it was probably our best performance at spreading the football around. Nobody got 30 carries. We didn't just run the ball or just throw it. We had several guys run the ball well. We had several guys playing receiver and getting the ball down the field. Hawkins and Goss, Stryker, run the ball. Dylan Huffman, Hawkins, Prass and running, Chris. Had 2 quarterbacks throwing the ball. It was as good of a performance as probably spreading the field, making them play every position on the field. Which the truth is, not to get into detail, but that we have struggled in the past with that sometimes, where teams have done a good job of forcing us to throw the ball to certain guys that maybe we didn't feel as comfortable with. Now, pretty much every skill player we put out there, we feel like, if that's where the play needs to go, then that's fine. And that was nice. That was huge. It's easy to call plays.
Rushing 223 yards, I mean, interrupted 223 yards, passing 252. That is good balance, and that is making their defense, when you're playing a team, that is making their defense have to play all 11 men.
Yeah, that part was nice. We got to keep it up, but that was a nice. We got some younger guys that are skill players. Chris is the only one that's a senior, and they're coming along nicely. There's a bunch of them. Some of them are having to play defense now and all that too. But I'm proud of them. It's been a good group to coach, and we got some senior O linemen that are being leaders. And offense, we've been coming along, but no, we tell them every week, none of that's going to get us a yard next Friday. We start out with 0 yards, 0 points. So.
Well, I always give the props to the offensive line guys. You're not getting right up to. You're not doing 500 total offensive yards if these guys aren't doing the job up front. This is not happening. If you're not protecting your quarterback or making the hole for your running back. One other thing, real quick, and then RJ, I want you to get in here a little more here. Total tackles: Alex Pittman 7, 4 solo, 3 assists, 2 for a loss. Way to go! And Michael Kane 8 tackles. 5 solo, 3 assists, and 3 for a loss. The defense coach was really, and I want to get you in here, RJ, but the defense really came up strong. I mean, and this is a high-powered offense that I don't want to say they shut down, but they contained. We talked about containing these guys last week, and I mean, you held them first downs to 12. You guys had 16. Things balanced out there.
Yeah, the defense played well. 3 quarters, we really did a good job against their base stuff, made them do some stuff they didn't normally do, and then some of that stuff went well for them, and that's how they got back in the game. But, our job as a coach is to put the guys out there to take away the things they do well and give your guys a chance. And I felt like we did that, and I felt like the guys responded, and they believed in what we asked them to do, and they did it. And, I mean, it's weird that you would say you gave up 30-something points and feel good about that on defense, but when Ridgeland, as talented as they were, we knew giving up 30, we felt like really between 28 and 35 was about what we had to score to win. We knew that we'd be doing great to be in somewhere in that range. So, like I said, the least they scored all year was like 40-something. So now that's the least they scored all year. So, I mean, they're just very explosive on offense. And so, I was happy with all 3 phases. Special teams, we made all our kicks. They didn't. We got a fumble on a kickoff. It was a good play by our kicker, kicked the line drive at somebody, kind of like an onside kick. We recovered it. So I thought all 3 phases, made meaningful contributions to the win.
Let's flip this around a little bit. Coach Rasko, you got a question for RJ?
Oh, absolutely.
I figured you did. What do you have for RJ, Coach Rasko?
Come on, Raskins.
All right, here's the Raskins. That's good. All right, so here, RJ, let me ask you a question. It is a proven fact that on a Friday night you pace the sidelines like a rabid Manny Rooster. Talk a little bit about the amount of steps you get on your Fitbit in a given night.
I want to back him up on that. You shot my nerves Friday night.
Welcome to my world for the last 12 years.
It's a little tougher than
Yeah, you're sweating.
I don't normally get my steps in Monday through Thursday, so I have to get my steps in. I have to get my walking in and stuff because I need to get my walking better for some reason. And but yeah, that's why I pace.
You do good. You do good.
The only thing I'm asking is please do not get a flag thrown on you. I just see it coming one day. There's like one day I just see, and Coach Parker will be looking around and say, "What happened?" It's a guy right over there. The guy that's 5 yards out on the field. Right?
I wouldn't say much about that. What up, boy? Just tell him, "Hey, RJ, please."
We appreciate you. Yeah, that's
you can just try to do that. That's like I would say probably, right?
What?
Like what I say to you guys.
Very positive, uplifting man. Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, RJ gets emotional on that sideline, folks. I went down there. He gets emotional on that sideline.
He gets fired up.
He can get to both ends of that thing. And
he's not the only one sitting up here
that
needs to shut up some on Friday.
I don't know who Coach is looking at out through there. I don't know.
A bunch of.
I think it's the punish that we do.
We're going to take one more quick break and talk about Lafayette. We're glad to have all these seniors here tonight. You're watching FYNTV.com. Pickens Power Half Hour Dragon Talk from Schottenkirk Ford. And we'll be back right after these messages.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Pizza Hut makes the best pizza in the entire universe. But they won't tell you that. I've been marooned on this planet for a while now. You are an impressive race. Your children know excellent hiding places. Your oceans aren't filled with lava. And you figured out how to combine a grilled cheese sandwich with a Pizza Hut pizza. Surely interstellar travel will soon follow. And then I can finally get back home. Round. Round like home. The grilled cheese stuffed crust pizza. Proof that no one out-pizzas the Hut.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP, FYNTV.com from Schottenkirk Ford. Thank you, Johnny's New York Style Pizza and Pepsi, for providing the drinks. Okay, Coach, and the guys, you're going out. We're talking about Lafayette. You're going out there. Let me just wrap up with this. Folks, this is what we have left in the region right now. Pickens is facing Lafayette, and then on to Heritage. That's what we have left in the region. Northwest Whitfield faces Southeast Whitfield, and then they have a bye week, and Ridgeland's facing Gilmer, and then Southeast Whitfield. So, Coach, we're wrapping it down. I know we want to stay focused just on the game out in front of us this Friday night, but it's a long ride over to Lafayette, and we got to play football. Talk about their team and what you're up against Friday night.
Yeah, they've definitely made some improvements. Coach Fisher is a friend of mine, a good guy. I know him for a while. They kind of changed their offense a little bit to be a little more conservative, but it actually helps what they're trying to do. They've been able to stay in the games better this year, and they got a lot of seniors. It's senior night for them. We expect it to be a game up there Friday, and it's going to be hard fought. Told our guys today, we're treating it like first round of playoffs. Like, this is it. Like, if we don't win, then what good was it to win last Friday? I mean, it didn't do us any good to beat Ridgeland if we're going to go turn around and not play well the next week. So we got to build off that win. It's got to be like a first round playoff atmosphere, and we got to go up there and get it done, because if we don't match Lafayette's intensity, then why wouldn't Lafayette do the same thing to us that we probably did to Ridgeland, which is be a little more ready to play than the other team? And, it starts with these guys. We play about 40 different guys, 50 different guys on a Friday night, but it starts with the seniors and the ones that aren't here, but all the guys that are seniors, and them setting the tone for playing, a tough physical game on Friday against, we need to look at it as a great opponent, somebody that's going to give us a tough game, because they definitely can.
Guys, going through the summer conditioning, kicking off the season, all that time you're saying to yourself, we are a playoff team. You are a playoff team. I mean, did you leave Friday night and say, we said we're a playoff? We are a playoff team. So every night, you understand what Coach is saying, every night, this is the playoffs. You're in it, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I have one question. It's October. I don't want to switch gears, but it's time for the World Series. Have you guys thought about who you would like to win the World Series?
Cubs.
And that's the best you could do? I'm sorry. I worked it up. They're supposed to all...
Cubs.
One more time.
Go
Hillary.
W.
Indians. Hillary.
That's it, sir. I know he didn't.
This show just got extended for another hour.
You have definitely made the bloopers and outtakes. Coach, did you set that up?
No, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't do anything like that. You didn't be take over again.
No. But he did not. I tell you what, he knocked it right off from under me. Guys, Friday night, going over to Lafayette. We wish you well over there. Come out and support these guys. Carpool, it is a long drive, but the Pickens Dragons, come out and support the team. And if you cannot be there, don't forget, go to FetcherNews.com. At the top right-hand corner, you can find our Facebook symbol. You can follow us on Facebook. Or you can, if you want to watch this show and send it to somebody that didn't get a chance to watch it live, you'll see our YouTube channel symbol there. You can find this show on YouTube. And then also follow us on Twitter. My co-host here, RJ Casey, will be on the sideline every Friday night at Fetcher News, #Team FYN Sports, #Pickens Football. Keep up with the game. RJ will keep you up with all the stats of what's happening and the big plays. and then read his articles every week on FetcherNews.com, Pickens County. I'm your host, BKP. Let me just tell you what, it is 7:30, but let me just tell you, this Friday night, Pickens will be traveling over to take on Lafayette. Southeast Whitfield will be playing Northwest Whitfield, and Gilmer will be playing Ridgeland. So you can keep up with those games again at Fetcher News Twitter. We'll be back next Monday night. Follow us Friday night. And by the way, every Monday through Friday, 8 to 10, I do a show, Good Morning from the Office, FYN TV. Every once in a while I have an opinion or two.
We just solidified that Kyle, Coach Rasco, will never be a guest.
No,
no, show. Yeah, never. Not one time. So.
He's okay, but now everything RJ told me, it's coming on. I'm understanding now. 8 to 10 every Monday through Friday, FYNTV.com. We'll see you Friday night on Twitter. Take us out of here, Cole. Thanks, Coach. Thanks, guys.